Hello and welcome to another Centurion's Corner. I'm Steve and this is another work in progress. As a lot of you have asked, we are customising Phase 1 Clone Wars Commander Bly. It's took me a lot of time to sort of get with Bly. Looking at his different colours and stuff on the internet, he's a bit of a mixed guy. One minute he's a bright yellow, another time he's an off mustard colour, and another time is a little bit of a baby sick colour. So I've asked around, been on a few groups and stuff like that, and I've watched the episode of Clone Wars, which is season 1, Jedi Crash, and he's very yellow. The 327th Corp as well is quite a yellow colour. This clone trooper from the Clone Wars figures is a very off colour. It's very sort of browny yellow, which is just not right. It's not the right colour. It's kind of like the Phase 2 other colour that he has, but as a Phase 1 he just has a generic all over one colour. And he has on his pauldron, I would say it's a little bit more of a darker colour than the actual armour. There was a sideshow, I'll put that up on the screen up here, but there is a sideshow version of the Phase 1, but it's an interchangeable helmet. So it's a Phase 2 armour with a Phase 1 helmet. So it's not good at all. So literally only can go on his stills and the majority of other colours that the other figures have come in, but they're all Phase 2. So this would be good. I've already dremelled out and made the blasters and the holsters, so that will cut down the work in progress for now. And obviously if not, you could check it out on my other video of Commander Ponds. I've had this, this is one of my first casts I've ever made of his pauldron. It's not quite a Phase 1 pauldron, because of the ammo pouches and stuff and all that on there, but I'm a bit OCD and I do like symmetry, and as Captain Rex has this, I will be using this one. So as the colours and stuff like that, it's down to general preference really. So it's general preference for me to have the ammo pouch. I've tested a little bit of colour on there already, as I mixed the paints up. So the paints I will be using is, I've got a XF3 bright yellow, and the other colour I've been using is an XF52 flat earth. So I've combined these together to create his main colour. I've done a lot of the bright, or it's flat yellow, sorry, not bright yellow, the flat yellow with a little bit of flat earth to create this pot. And then from the other spectrum, for his pauldron, I've used a lot of flat earth with a little bit of flat yellow to create this one. And so other paints we'll be using will be white, metallic grey, and this is going to be for weathering his gun, as he uses DC blaster rifle more often than anything else. And also I've still got my mix for my DC pistols, which I made with Commander Ponds, and I've still got the mix of the paint there for those. In general, it should be quite an easy custom. There is a few little bits that I've got stumped on, one being his visor here, I've tried creating it out of milliput, but as you all know, I've only just started customizing and I couldn't get it to work. I've also tried using the plasticine stuff that you bake, the polymer Fimo stuff, and no success at all on there. So I had to do a bit of researching online, and I found a file for 3D printing of a visor. So I'm currently waiting on a friend making those, and so hopefully by the time I get to work in progress 2 or the review, I'll have it in place. And yeah, but obviously the next phase would be trying to make it so it's a moving visor, or it could be just a statutory, but at the moment I'm not too sure. Also, other materials I'll be using, so I use the same template as before on this one. I don't know if it shows, but it's actually a darker brown leather. I was thinking of other materials because I always kind of think them is a bit rough and tumble. So I did get some sort of like cotton mix. This is actually part of my my other half. She used to do a Tuscan as cosplay, and this is a bit of the part of it, but it's not the right material. And these being phase 1, I kind of like them all being sort of very symmetrical again. So I'm going to go for the same sort of, it's the same material that I used for Commander Ponds, but it's just brown. And then we'll highlight that brown by going around the outside with the yellow. So I'll be using this guy as a template, but his colours wise will be the brighter yellow. And yeah, so generally in all, we'll probably get quite a bit of it done on this work in progress. So it's probably hopefully only going to be 1 or maybe 2. Also, one thing as well with his helmet, I've already started scraping away the black, and he has no other markings on his helmet. It's purely all white, apart from obviously his yellow stripe. So we'll be looking at doing that tonight as well. So on we go. What I'm going to be doing first, I'll be painting his helmet white first. So as that dries, I can do his body. Okay, so the helmet, I tried to not use as much paint as possible, so it's just around the back over the grey bits. I tried scraping it off more than anything, but I just couldn't get it off. So I just painted in the grey, and hopefully once I put the weathering in and tidy it up a little bit, that it won't show as much as the white. Looks a bit more glarish compared to the other bit. So from there, painted the holsters a little bit down here, so they're still a little bit wet. Wish they was dry. And now what we'll do is just start painting the figure. It's quite simple really. Down the bottom down here, his whole legs are all yellow. He's got a yellow stripe, just one little bit up there, and the bow bit that comes over on his shoe is yellow. His arm pads are yellow, single stripe down there, and then obviously, as all clones mostly have, they got the stripe down the arm. So we'll get his legs done definitely, and if he dries, we'll see how much we can cram in for that. Okay, I'm going to start painting his legs now. I've already washed the figure and he's all completely dry, just to get rid of the mould residue on him. The paint's mixed, so we're just going to start applying, and we'll try and get his bottom legs finished. Right, back. Just had to close the windows due to being very hot here, but all the neighbours are very noisy. It's funny how some of these clones get quite popular. You know, it's like the old Boba Fett kind of sort of syndrome, isn't it? These, I mean, when these guys were on screen the first time around, you know, they didn't really have any kind of personas, and not until the Clone Wars started having a bit of a personality, but everyone seemed to kind of like Bly from Attack of the Clones. Nope. Revenge of the Sith. Right, I'm just going to go around the bottom now of his shoe part. Okay, so while his legs are drying, I'm gonna go back to his helmet as the white bit's dried now, and then I'm just gonna paint up the decals on his head, which is only one little simple stripe, so it should be all fine. Let me just see how we go. I'll just let that dry, see if it needs another coat, and then I'll just use a scalpel if I haven't got straight lines there, just to straighten it up. So yeah, with this then, I'll go back to the body, I'll mask and tape him up, put the head somewhere safe, and then we'll do the arms. Right, okay, so now he's all mask and taped up. I've done the front line to be mask and taped as well, and I've done both sides of his arms, so they just need paint applying, and yeah, off we go. This is sometimes when the paint bleeds underneath the masking tape, so don't worry too much about it, just let it dry, and then you can use the old scalpel to take it off. And also sometimes it's a good way to just get those lines straight as well. His elbow pad isn't coloured, so we can just skip that and go straight down to his forearm. And while we're here, into his hand plate. Moving on to his chest. And then his other arm. The masking tape's come off a little bit, so I'm going to straighten that up. And then obviously this side as well, we've got his compad. So I'll get the paintbrush that I used for the finer details to get around that, as I like them being kept white rather than painted over. And there's rumours that Bly might be coming out next year, so I would imagine it being a phase 2. I'm really hoping it follows tradition now, like all the things to be the other clones, with a removable helmet. Okay, well, seems to be coming along very nicely. So we've got his arms, we've got his legs, and we've done his head. So we've done a lot of painting today. So I've still got his guns to paint, and his holsters are still a bit tacky. They're still a little bit wet in some places. Because of the resin, sometimes it needs a little bit more coating over it. So I'm going to leave it there for today. And next time, I'm going to start looking into doing the accessories and adding the accessories on, so the figure will be more taking shape. I'm hoping for the visor then to have arrived. And we just need to paint his guns and weather up his blaster. So until then, subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. Comment away down below if there's anything that you would like to see for next time. And ding that bell so you definitely don't miss it. So until then, this is Centurion Corner, and I'll see you then. Bye.